Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss Westgate, Cheeks hits the table, first lesson wrap-up, the legend of Big Red. We also touch on the crap shooter's curse, female crews, tournaments, winning jackets, and why Resorts World parking sucks.
Look at that damn hockey stick shit on his head.
Oh my God. What's happening, dude?
Is that the Colorado Avalanche?
It's the Quebec Nordiques. I just wanted you to see it one more time. A double dose.
It looks like a damn bowling alley thing. I'm just telling you, man. Whoever invented that damn logo was drinking a lot of brown water. You got to drink a lot of brown water to make that look like a Quebec Nordique.
Ed, I saw this hat in my closet. I'm like, I'm wearing this for Ed because you know what? I'll wear it with the other shirt as well.
It's a lot brighter than your shirt, like a brand new hat.
Yeah, it is. It's brand new.
You have ruined a collectible Nordique hat.
Yeah, I've worn it a couple of times. I wore it when I played at the WSOP. Thought it would bring me some luck.
You got it pulled down so low, I can't even see your eyeballs.
That's how I like to wear my baseball hats. Backwards or slung low. Ed, I like your shirt. It's red.
It's not red. This is peach.
It looks kind of, no way, dude.
This is masculine peach.
That is not peach. That's red. And that's something that Burt Reynolds would be in. That's how I picture you, dude, with that red shirt with a black cowboy hat. Listen, that is the look. That's the look. If you had like a trading card, we should have a trading.
I do have a trading card.
We got to post that. And we're launching the Instagram. So we'll have like some pictures, some visual images to go along with some of these episodes. It'll be pretty sweet.
Yeah, as long as you don't put yourself on them.
Yeah, it'll be nice to have. Eventually we'll move into TikTok.
We're gonna be on the talk.
Ed, we're eventually going there.
If the government don't shut us down, we'll be on TikTok, folks.
Well, what's new with you? I've got lots of stuff to talk about, Ed.
I got lots of questions to ask you.
You don't even know what happened to me last night.
Oh, what happened to you last night?
I went out with Demon Dan last night.
Demon Dan. Yep. Demon Dan. Demon Dan.
Demon Dan. Again, this was just like Zach, a beginning player, very beginning.
You attract virgins, I'm assuming.
I guess so. You know what? I enjoy teaching beginners, man. You can teach the in-depth, and you're like the advanced AP honors class. I'm like intro happy, class.
The intro happy class.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of freaking class is that?
Well, we had a class last night, man.
All right, so what was you buying last night?
Do you want to hear about last night or do you want to hear about Westgate and Zach? You tell me.
Which order do you prefer? We'll go back to Westgate. Let's go back because I got a lot of questions about Westgate.
Okay. All right. So Westgate.
But if I ask those questions about Westgate, then you're probably going to already know the answers you need to give me.
No.
If you're talking about last night.
No. Last night was a fucking shit show. Last night.
Okay.
I don't know if people will really like.
But y'all had a lot of fun, didn't you?
I don't know if it was a lot of fun.
Okay, let's go back. I don't want to hear about losses. It's too early in the show.
You're on
I
drink
don't want to
number
hear
one.
about that. I want let's go back a week.
Okay.
You went to Westgate.
Yep.
You had a big sushi dinner, which I don't like sushi.
Oh my God. First of all, we didn't have sushi. We ended up going into Westgate, which we said was the international. And when you come out here, we'll go check it out for sure. Zach and I ended up going to Benihana, which I've never been to. And that's the original Benihana restaurant. It's the first one of its kind. It's there. So it's kind of a historic one.
Tell me about Benihana.
Well, it was really nice and inviting. So crazy thing is you go up in an elevator from the main floor of the restaurant and it was jammed. I mean, this restaurant was packed. It was like, I think everyone at the Westgate was there eating. So it was just
in the middle of the week, it was jammed.
You would never have guessed that. I never would have guessed that many people were upstairs eating. So the purpose of the dinner was like for Zach and I to talk about what the plan was, like how we're going to approach the table. We were going to have like, a pregame.
Yeah.
What I didn't realize about Benihana, because I've never been there, it's not like you get a table for you get a table or a booth, there's like 8 people at the table and the, chef cooks in front of you.
Yeah.
So it didn't really lend itself to having a conversation about craps when you're just there with 8 people. 4 of them are from Idaho. The guy that sat next to me was a pilot. Yeah, it was cool talking to a pilot,
What do you do when the door flies off? Turn right.
I'm nervous about flying.
Turn right so nobody will fall off if it's on the left side.
He made me not be so nervous about flying, pretty much.
Good, good.
Yeah.
We're going to get you on a plane someday.
Oh, man. So meal was fantastic. It was great. And here's the session. Zach bought in for $300. I bought in for 620. Just like,
Did you do the stack of each? Did you really do the stack of
yeah,
each?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know what's funny?
Came in handy, didn't it?
Okay. So we're at Benihana's with Zach. Okay.
No handle Zach.
No handle Zach.
That's his new handle.
But guess what?
What?
He has a handle.
No handle Zach.
He has a handle now.
Oh, he does?
Yeah. By the way, the licenses are being made, right? As we speak.
I have had a lot of people ask me about getting their hunting license.
The
for
hunting,
craps.
fishing, trapping, craps licenses are being made.
All in one craps license.
These are going to be so great because we're going to have the lanyard, we're going to have the plastic camo card holder, and then we're going to
Don't
have
give away all our secrets.
we're going to have it embossed, like raised up with the casino tiers, and we're going to stamp it with a date every year. It's going to be so sweet.
That was a great idea we had while we were drinking, or I was drinking.
It was. Okay, so
All right, you leave Benihana's.
you ready for his nickname? Because he gave me his nickname before we started playing.
Okay, give me his handle.
He gave me 2 choices. One is Big Bird, okay, which would be appropriate because for the bird game, which was the old school, 25-cent game. I think that was called the Big Bird game before my time. But his other one, which is an immediate winner, is you ready?
I'm ready. It's got to be better than Big Bird.
Cheeks. It's cheeks. Cheeks.
Cheeks. Was his cheeks?
Cheeks is so great.
Was his cheeks drawn up? or
No,
something?
I don't know. Cheeks is so
Cheeks.
great, dude. I just imagine calling someone Cheeks.
All right, Cheeks, you got the dice, buddy.
Cheeks. And I'm like, that's it. Because, by the way, so I don't know if you know any Cheeks, but there's Mo Cheeks. He's like in the Hall of Fame. He was a basketball player for a point guard for the Sixers. Mo Cheeks. Hall of Fame. I think he played for a bunch of other teams. I think he was a coach too. Philadelphia 76ers. Mo Cheeks. That's the only like Cheeks as a human being.
The only Mo Cheeks I want to see is on a stripper.
Yeah, Mo Cheeks. So,
All right, go ahead.
anyway, so I'm with Cheeks. Okay, his
Yeah.
bankroll is $300. Okay,
$300.
which is that's going to be tough, but we'll make it work. And I had 620.
Yep.
Ed, I got to tell you, it is very difficult for me to play at this level, and I think people that are used to playing at just a little higher level might find it tough to just downshift. Maybe I don't have my discipline completely dialed in yet, and I'll admit that, but it is a challenge, dude.
We're going to get into your lack of discipline shortly.
Fuck. Okay, so the session
I'm
overall,
going to grill you on this.
Ed, the session was smooth.
We had smooth cheeks, did we?
No, listen, Cheeks was very disciplined. He listened, he
Well,
was
he had to be.
attentive, and he was not going crazy. He just spent a lot of time learning. And I think we got through like, I don't know, maybe 12 shooters total with that. It was very simple betting, just like how we talked about it on the podcast. It was pretty much pass line, one number. Eventually, maybe we got 2 numbers, and there was maybe we threw out 1 prop bet here and there. But even for me, I only bet the bonus a couple times. That was it. It was really mellow, and we just chipped up.
All right, so y'all both finished up.
This is how we both finished. He finished up a little over 20% of his bankroll, which is, so he finished up making up close to right around $70.
Okay. All right. What was his maximum that he was up at one time?
His maximum, he was up at 150.
So he was up 50% of his bankroll at one time.
Yeah, we were in that situation. Is do we cut out? You never know where your top apex point is, right?
And that was it, wasn't it?
And that was it.
50% was it.
That was it. But you know what? We wanted to each shoot twice, which is what we got to each shoot twice.
Oh, the crap shooter's curse.
Yeah. Well,
One more time. I just want to shoot one more time, please.
his first roll was great. He actually had the best roll of the night, which was his first roll, and he hit 3 points.
Nice.
But we weren't betting crazy.
You can't bet crazy with a $300 bankroll.
No. It's like, and it's really difficult to chip up. But we ended up doing it, caught some rolls. We were able to last. When you talk about intuition at the table,
Yeah.
I'm observing how people are rolling, how people are throwing, if they're setting. This one chick, I was stick left one, Zach was stick left two. She was rolling she rolled like hard eight, like 3 times on her roll. So the next time she got the dice, of course, I'm betting a hard eight. And I honestly that saved me.
It did?
Yeah, she got the dice and I put $50 on that hard eight and hit it.
You were gambling
At that point,
at that point.
I left up 16% up. I was up. Not much, but I was up.
What was your max up?
$100.
What was your maximum up?
That was it. That was like 100. I would say I was up $150.
Oh, so you fell in a hole and climbed out.
I climbed out at the end, and then I ended up being up on that last shooter.
I'm proud of you for leaving a winner.
Ah, thanks, man. I was overjoyed, and so was Zach. We were like, because what did we accomplish? Everything that we set out to do. He hadn't heard the podcast, although he did listen to it yesterday and loved it. The point is that we got a lot of time at the table, so we learned a lot. He learned a lot. He learned so much. Just even.
Did you crap check anybody at the table?
No.
I'm getting that question a lot.
No, I did not have the need to do any crap checking or body checking or anything. But by the way, listen, the table is, I'm going to have to go back there again, but the table was definitely not
firm,
like super hard or firm. It was I'd say it's a little more on the bouncier side. Not a trampoline, but definitely not, smacking plywood. So
there's not many smacking plywood tables left anymore.
No.
Unless you're on YouTube.
Yeah. Oh man, it's so nice when you hear that sound though. It's a beautiful sound, isn't it?
You need, some of them use slate back in the day.
Oh, I'd like
Can
to
you
find
imagine?
I'd like to find one of those.
Put newspaper over the slate.
Yeah.
And then they put a real felt layout over the top of the newspaper.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great. So we were walking out of there stuffed, happy, we won money, and percentage wise, that's amazing. And he learned a lot. I mean, that's a win, dude. Here's another thing.
It is a win. And I'm glad y'all learned a lot. I'm glad he learned a lot. I'm glad you learned a little bit about low roll playing.
I am.
Look, if I buy in with $300, my win goal is walk out with 500. If I've got my 301, I want 500, and then I'm ready to go.
Man, those are lofty goals.
They're a little bit lofty,
but I guess aim big.
I get a big thrill out of turning 300 into 500 in today's game.
So Westgate, though, can't wait for you to go.
I want to go from a historical perspective. I want to meet our new host there, and I don't know if I want to go to Benny Hahn's or I want to go to their steakhouse.
Can I tell you about the steakhouse?
Well, I've seen pictures of that shit. I was like eating freaking leftover French fries, and you're sending me this 6-course meal stuff.
So Ed, a few days later, our host over at Westgate, who's fantastic and an amazing human, because I didn't get a chance to really meet with him that night. I went out. I wasn't with Cheeks, and he's probably regrets that he wasn't with me, because we had a 6-course tasting dinner at, I think it's called Edge Steakhouse. It was great.
Would they get mad at me if I ordered my steak a little more done than yours?
I mean, we had 2 different types of steaks. We had the Wagyu beef, and then we had another, I don't know what it was. It was just amazing. I mean, I was stuffed. We had lobster bisque. I mean,
Y'all had Betsy the cow.
it was really, really, really good. In the back, they've got a room, like this private dining room that has all of Elvis's gun collection on the wall.
Not all of it, because one of them is hanging up at the Hard Rock in Biloxi.
Oh, nice.
It is that and his army uniform.
He had I'd like to see that. He had a lot of guns.
Apparently, but he was a Southern boy. What else you gonna do?
They were cool, like pistols, and all these nice photos. That was a cool little private dining room. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up having dinner there one time with the
I hope we do.
Casino Tears crew.
Yeah, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'll figure out how many like we can fit in there, and we'll have like a private Casino Tears dinner in the Elvis dining room.
Yeah, and we'll have a private class or something. You can teach. What'd you say? The beginners. What'd you call it?
I don't know.
I
101.
forget what you called it.
Grass 101.
Nah, you didn't. You used
Fun with 10 ton.
fun with 10 ton. That would be it. You can teach fun with 10 ton, and I can teach real craps.
Yeah, I'm in charge of helping out with the handles. Okay.
Well, even your assistant has a handle. Captain Kirk. I gave him a handle right away.
I call him Mr. K, but he's also known as Captain Kirk. Yeah.
What I call him is Captain Kirk.
So cheeks, that is great. I can't wait to put that on a license.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, on a license it'd be okay, but I don't know. I may have an issue with that that name. I mean, there's so many things pop into my mind. Plumbers.
No,
I mean, I think about plumbers. I think about strippers. I mean, it's got my whole mind confused.
Yeah, I know. That threw me for a curve too when he told me it used to be called cheeks.
Where'd he come up with cheeks at? I don't even want to know. I really don't even want. I don't even forget I asked that question. I don't want.
You know, if he's ever on the show and we ever interview him and talk about slots, we'll ask him. So that was it was an overall, that's a win. Zach's up 20%. I'm up, 16%. It's a win on every single level. And it's even a win, by the way, the Westgate.
Yeah.
So I got a nice tour. It's really cool, man. It was like, it's got an open feel. It didn't seem like it was old in a bad way, even though it is legendary. Oh, there was someone at our table. I forget what his name was, but he's an old school dude that came and sat down with us for a minute. I mean, he's an old school Italian dude. And he was telling me, he's like,
he's your people.
In my people. He's like the international. He was there when he was like, you walk into this place and there were 14 craps tables right here. It's like just a row. Like that was the game. And I was like, man, that would have been so cool to see.
That was at a time when they had the best craps tournament in the world, from what I understand.
I know when you told me about that, I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's a legendary, apparently that's a legendary place for the old school craps tournaments where they actually gave away cash instead of fake cash.
We got to bring back the craps tournament. I mean, I know that there's a lot of tournaments online, but I'm not an online guy.
Well, I mean, I've been invited to some, like at the Flamingo. Flamingo had one. Last one I remember was about maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and a friend of mine from Atlantic City area, I think he won it. He's won like 4 or 5 craps tournaments out there.
And those tournaments are like poker shootouts.
You got to win your table to advance.
So last man standing.
Yeah, but it's timed, or there's only 3 shooters. You don't know who the shooters are going to be until they draw the numbers and that kind of thing. So you may never shoot the dice. It's all the tournaments now are based on winning. How much did you win? You all have the same bankroll to start with, and it's based on how much you accumulate in, I don't know, 3 shooters or whatever. They've got it timed or something. I forget the exact rules. But yeah, you got to be on your game, and you got to know how to bet against other people. You got to be able to see other people's bets and make a decision quickly on how you're going to place your money.
You know what? Put me in, coach. I really think I'm
put you in.
Yeah, I think I'm
poker player. Put the poker player in.
I think that I am
poker players always lose their ass at a craps table.
Well, you know what? Thank God I'm not really a poker player.
I've seen the picture of you on WSOP, dude.
Yeah, but that's when I was first starting, man. That career was like, I cut that career short.
You were ranked. I will give you credit. You were ranked.
Yeah, everyone's ranked though. You could be ranked.
Oh, well, you had to go and spoil it. You had to spoil it. I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, listen, it looks a lot more impressive than it is. So, craps tournament, we need to bring these back, or we need to find one and we need to go play.
Let's see. Who is it that still does some downtown? But I mean, there's the Golden Arm tournament. That's based on rolls.
Let's do that, dude.
That would be a challenge because
Coy might be there.
Coy might be there, or there will be Hawaiians there. I can promise you, because Hawaiians win those a lot.
Oh yeah, man, dominated by the Hawaiians.
Yeah, I think it's at the Cal. It may be at the Cal. I can't remember now, but somebody does a Golden Arm tournament, and
Ed, I've never gone down there to actually like win a hat or a jacket. Maybe I should just put that up on my like little challenge chart.
I don't recommend it because I can tell you what. Let me tell you something. You can buy a hat and a jacket a lot cheaper, and you can win freaking hat.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
I'm serious. I went down there one time to play at the Fremont.
yeah,
I walked in there. I'm gonna go win me a damn jacket.
yeah.
After about 45 minutes, I turned around to the guy that was with me and said, "I'll just go buy a damn jacket. Let's get the hell out of here. This place is stupid."
Well, why? I think I might. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, it was like 14 foot
Oh,
long and crowded, and I mean, the surface was fair,
hmm.
but I mean, it would take you a few $100s just to be able to get dialed in, and then you got to win that back. Like, nah, forget it. Let's go somewhere else.
I think it's just to have it done. Little notch on your craps belt.
I know 3 guys that have won jackets there. There's a 40 roll jacket, and there's a 50 roll jacket.
Who are they?
Baker Dude won one.
No way. Nice, banker dude. That guy's name keeps popping up.
Yeah, Baker Dude. Yeah.
He's kind of like a living legend.
Um,
Banker dude.
I'm not sure if Nate won one or not. Now that I thought he won a bunch of hats. Dean the Machine won one.
Dean the Machine. Dean the
Yeah, Dean the Machine.
Dean the Machine. I like that.
Dean the Machine. This is Dean the this is Dean the Machine. All right, so he lives in the Rockies,
Yeah. Nice.
and he goes on a cruise, wins a bunch of money. All right, flies back to the Rockies,
Yeah.
and then he goes and gets on a plane on like a Friday to go play one day in Kansas City just to meet up with an old friend. That's Dean the Machine.
Now, Dean just flying around to play craps. How'd Dean get that name? That's a nice one. Dean the Machine.
It was given to him, I think, by Darth Nader, actually.
Oh, nice. I hereby knight you,
Dean the Machine.
slayer of craps.
Dean the Machine. He's a great guy. Me and him, we talked the other day, just a little while. I don't know, a couple of hours probably on the phone almost, but
So, okay, Ed, can we get back to Cheeks? Can we get back?
yeah,
to
tell me about Cheeks.
Cheeks and Westgate. Overall, Westgate was great. I started telling you about the crew, and that also added to the experience of why this was a very pleasurable experience as far as going and playing. 2 chicks, 1 dude, I think. It was cool. They knew what they were doing. I pay attention to crews. I won't go back sometimes. And if I see some people that I know, like there's some people that I know that deal. If I see them at a table, I will not go to their table. You must see some of the same people when you're going to Biloxi and Tunica. If there's some people that are just bad vibes and miserable, I literally won't play at their table.
Well, no, I don't want to play with a bad vibe dealer at all. You don't know what's going on in their real life that's making them have a bad vibe that day. So many of them that I know, I mean, they holler out at me from across the casino, "Hey, Ed, come play at the table."
No, that's nice. That's nice.
Or they wave at me and they call me by name or whatever. That's probably not a good thing.
Ed, I've had historically great luck at tables when there have been female dealers, like 2 of them. I always seem to win.
One of my favorite female dealers is in Tunica.
Nice.
I mean, she is so much fun to be on a table with.
I don't, yeah, there's something about like female dealers are.
Well, not all. I mean, not all of them. I mean, not all of
I don't know,
them.
dude. I've never encountered any grumpy ladies dealing. I've only encountered like very positive. Oh, wait, sorry. There's been one floor. She was very grumpy and she was at O'Shea's. But besides that, it's been smooth sailing with the ladies as far as that goes,
Well, I
dude.
mean, you are 10 ton.
10 is number one. It's true.
You got to throw that number one in every time, don't you? I'm shortening your handle. I'm officially,
Everyone shortens it. I just have it because it's funny.
yeah, but me and Bodacious, we're just calling you 10 ton.
I know.
He called me the other night and he's like, what's 10 ton up to? I'm like, I don't know.
Editing.
He's editing. Yeah, I said, I think right now he's buried deep into the room that he uses for editing.
Episode 7. I was editing that.
Episode 7.
Yeah, we're already episode 7.
Episode 7's in the books.
Yep.
We're only 3 away from 10.
Yeah.
We're only 93 away from 100.
I know. We're gonna get there, man.
People don't believe us, but we're taking over. We're taking over podcast world. It's just a fact. It's going to happen.
I agree with you, Ed. We are an unstoppable force.
We are unstoppable. We got 10 ton up front. 10 ton is leading the way.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You anchor the team with the heavy credibility factor.
I don't know about credibility now, but I might be a liability factor.
No. I'm more of a liability. Okay. If I don't stay disciplined, then I become a liability. But Westgate, so great crew.
I'd love to go there.
And guess what, Ed? Normally,
I've never been to the Westgate.
you're going, and I love it that there's such rich history, and the food was fantastic. And guess what? Even this time, I valeted. The first time I went, valet was full, which was a drag, and so I self-parked, and the walk was not bad. It's not like a walk.
Not like going to Resort World where you got to take oxygen before you
Ed.
get back to the casino.
Wow, I was just going to say that. Yeah, Resorts World, self-parking. Who fucking designed that?
Yeah, a guy from Auburn.
A guy.
I mean, had to be an engineer from Auburn because, they had to get an engineer from Alabama to come in and design where they needed to place the oxygen meters at, because you can go in and put a quarter in and take oxygen real quick just so you can go to the next station and the next station. Then you can finally get in the casino.
Ed, I'm so happy that you said that.
That's the most poorly laid out design I have ever seen for some place that's supposed to have all this ritz and glamour and all this stuff.
Okay, so I've got some thoughts on Resorts World.
That's a pet peeve of mine. How far have I got to walk to get into your place just so I can play?
Listen, in Vegas, when it's so fucking hot, I don't want to end up being drenched in sweat walking somewhere, which is what happens when
I thought it was a dry heat out there.
Yeah, you know what? It is, but not when you're actually like going from the self park at Resorts World and getting in. Fuck that. That I couldn't believe it.
I was amazed at how far I had to walk. I was too tired to toss dice when I got there.
Oh, and by the way, I love their tables.
I don't really I'm not fond of their tables. I'm not fond of the walk.
We're gonna go.
I'm not fond of the freaking smiley face guy that's in the middle of it. I'm not even Liberace's
Yeah.
car. I'm like, fuck that. I had to walk too far to see it.
I agree. It's not good, but I do like their craps tables.
I like their dealers a lot. Their dealers were gorgeous.
Their dealers are cool.
They're all of them I had were blonde and from Europe.
I have not had any blonde European dealers there.
All of them at my table were blonde Europeans. They barely spoke English, but they knew how to deal craps.
Oh, nice. Every time I've gone there, I've had nice winning sessions. So I have nothing bad to say about Resorts World, except their parking situation sucks. And even the valet is so fucking expensive. It's a bummer, but
yeah,
I'm not doing that walk again, and I'll just win it at the table. Now, valet at Westgate, that was full. So I went to Self Park, and guess what? That walk is not bad at all. It's like easy, no problems there. And then the next night when I came back, the valet right in front, easy, great. Westgate's a win.
Okay.
I'm giving it the full Casino Tiers endorsement.
I'm going to take your word for it. I'm going to love to go there. I'm going to throw a couple of hands on their table. I'll make my own decision on that, but I can't wait to go there.
Listen, the decision on the table, that's still out. I only threw dice twice.
Well, if I walk by a table and it's empty or almost empty, Ed's going to play it. If nothing else, I got to get a souvenir chip.
after dinner lasted a long time. I went to go play, but it was packed. Both tables were packed, so I just split.
Well, that was on a weekend.
Yeah. That was on a Friday. I think it
Yeah,
was a Friday
you went
night.
back for a really nice dinner on a weekend.
I wish you were there, man. You will be there. We'll go and do that whole thing again. Try to get the Elvis room.
The Elvis room?
Yeah, the Elvis dining room. Let's go in there, dude. Well, when you come out here, we'll have a special like casino tiers. That's a good idea. We'll set it up.
Our listeners need to let you know that they want to go in advance. We don't even know when the date is, but they need to let you know.
Yeah.
They want to go to the Casino Tiers meetup.
Yeah.
I've already got 2 meetups this year myself. So
we're gonna have some more casino tiers sponsored meetups.
Yeah, we need a little help out there, folks, because I'm tired of carrying the weight.
Ed, listen, this is the slow grind, man. We're on episode 7, recording for episode 8 right now.
7 is a lucky number. Look at any slot machine. 7s are always what pays.
Speaking of that, one of the things in 10 tons beginner class is whatever you do, don't say
that word.
Do not say that word at the table. Do not say
never.
that. Don't say
never.
They'll notice, hey, it's not on anywhere on the table except it's written in one spot.
It's written as what?
SEVEN. That's it's written right there.
But what does everybody call it?
I call it red.
Why? Why is it called Big Red?
Big Red? Oh no, this is great because I don't know why it's called Big Red.
You don't know why it's called Big Red.
Tell me why it's called Big Red. I want to know.
You want the legend? You want the legendary story, right?
I would expect nothing less than the legend story. Tell me why it's called Big Red.
Why is the 7 called the Big Red?
Yeah.
All right. So downtown in Vegas, there was a really hot craps table going on.
Yeah. I wish I was there.
This was like way back 50s.
Nice hot table.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And a guy was throwing from straight out, and and there was a redhead on the far end of the table.
Oh, nice. Like Roger Rabbit kind of redhead, that kind of redhead.
Yeah. That kind. Exactly.
Buxom, big
bosomed, low, low cut, redhead.
Jessica Rabbit, isn't that her name? Yeah, something.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit was at the other end. They could have called it Jessica, but she hadn't been invented yet, so they called it Big Red.
Big Jessica.
He threw the dice. They hit the table, and they bounced up, and they landed in her cleavage.
No way.
Yeah. So here are the dice landing in the cleavage of this big-breasted, red-headed lady.
Did the stick man try to get him?
Big Red, we can't call that one. That's a Big Red. And so then, so she dumped them out on the table, and so it became Big Red because it was like a 3-4 or something showing on her chest. Yeah, that's the story.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, Big Red.
Don't ask me to take a lie detector test, but that's what I've always been told.
Wow, Big Red is that's. Yeah, I never knew that. That's awesome.
Yeah. It came from supposedly, I'm going to put that in quote marks.
Yeah.
Came from landing the dice in the cleavage of a big-breasted lady with red hair.
Legend. That's a legend. I wonder who threw it. We got to give that guy actually.
Who cares?
Well, that guy, like
who cares?
Whoever it was, had that like a horrible toss.
Yeah.
Like an infamous toss.
It's an icon of the game now.
Yeah.
Big Red.
Big Red.
Yeah.
They should have her like face on there instead of like on the felt.
Can you imagine?
That I can actually. I can.
Yeah, I know hair. You can. You've got this fetish thing going.
No. It'd be great. That'd be cool.
You know what we need? This just came to my mind.
T-shirt, man. Big Red
T-shirt or a Big Red coffee mug.
We should.
With a 3-4 or a 6-1. Let's make it a 3-4. 3-4 showing in the cleavage.
I didn't know. That's a good story, man.
I've been told that's the truth.
So that pretty much wraps up. I think that wraps up Cheeks at the Westgate.
I'm glad Cheeks had a good time. Hello, Cheeks.
But yeah, dude, Cheeks wants to Cheeks is always asking about you. Wants to meet you. Cheeks is a great dude, man. He's got a solid name.
Yeah, Cheeks and I have a lot in common.
What? What do you mean? What? I mean, he plays slots. You actually do in similar sort of professions outside, adjacent professions. So you guys will have a lot to talk about in general. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is number 1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.